WIFO FM Jesup, WIFO FM Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, 105.5 FM. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO, and it's brought to you by First Southern Bank, Van's Barbecue, Murphy Builder Supply, and O'Quinn & Associates.
Hi, I'm Mandy Yeomans.
And I'm Raymond Brown with First Southern Bank. As your locally owned community bank, we're here to help our community grow. Our customers are why we are here. You can tell we want your business.
We offer all types of deposit products, personal and business. We have fast, efficient service, and yes, we have online banking too. I'm sure we have an account to fit your needs. Stop by or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
When it comes to barbecue, Van's Barbecue in Jesup is the place to be. A small family-owned business located at 1876 on the Savannah Highway. Van's Barbecue has lunch and dinner specials. Stop by or call to make an order. The number to call, 427-3358. Van's Barbecue's new manager is Sarah Van. Van's Barbecue offers potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans, and don't forget their delicious mac and cheese. Also, check out their shrimp plates, the best in town. Yes, when it comes to the barbecue, head to Van's Barbecue, locally owned and operated. Stop by and tell them the Big Dog sent you. Once again, the number to order, 427-3358.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jesup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jesup.
Do you know why most people don't invest outside work or at all? Because they don't know where to start and they don't know who to talk with. If this is you, give me a call. Hi, this is Sean O'Quinn. I can help set up a plan no matter where you are in life to get you on a suitable path to a sound financial future. Give me a call, Sean O'Quinn, at 912-385-1000 or stop by the office at 212 South First Street right here in Jesup. That number again is 912-385-1000.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
The world-famous Butch and Bob Show.
World-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. And Bob, how are you doing? Let me cut your mic on. Say it again.
I'm good.
You good? You good?
I'm excited. Football Friday.
Football Friday, this Friday night, Wayne County. You can tell the coach excited too, man. He says he's hoping he's still speaking to you at Christmas time.
He got everybody fired up Friday night. I'm telling you.
He did? He got everybody fired. Everybody's ready to put their pads on and go hit somebody, right?
Hats off to Reed Bryan and his crew for buying that barbecue chicken. That was pretty good stuff Friday night. So they said Reed Brown was in charge of the food. So
well, if Reed Brown's in charge of the food, it's going to be good.
Yeah, it was very good. So it was a good night, and got out of there, went over to see Jason Crabb's concert. That was an excellent show. That place was full with high school auditorium.
Was it good?
It was really
packed?
good. Yeah, it's nice. He put on a great show.
That man can sing, can't he?
He can sing.
I mean, he can bring down the rafters.
It was entertaining.
He can put chills in your skin just listening to him sing.
I was glad I got to see it. Like I said, the touchdown club thing got over around 7:15, 7:20, so it didn't last long. So walked over and saw the concert, so had a good time. It was great.
Good. Glad it was packed. Moxley's Ministries bringing that to Jesup and Wayne County and the surrounding area. A lot of folks there, packed in there to see Jason Crabb. And, I mean, he just won another award this past week with him and the co-writer on that current hit of theirs. And so he is an awesome performer, Jason Crabb is.
It was very entertaining. It was excellent.
Yep.
And nice to see the preseason rankings. Wayne County ranked 6th and going into the preseason. BC ranked 1, so we know they're the team to beat in the region. So they games at JC Stadium late in the year. So can't wait.
Can't wait. Yeah, we got a lot of games before then. We got Bradwell Institute this Friday night, right? At home at JC Stadium, kickoff 7:30 on Donaldson Madry Haas Field.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Okay.
Should be fun. Taping the coach's show tomorrow, so we'll bring you his comments all this week. So preseason, I said preseason rankings are out. Preseason all state teams are out, so Y'all fun. Saw Tavion Wallace. He just got offered from Georgia. I'm a big Georgia fan, so
Right.
big hug. I said, Tavion, I can see you in red and black.
I can see him in red and black.
He was like, I don't think Georgia's high on his list. His daddy's a big Gator fan. And,
okay.
and his brother's in Kentucky. He said, let me tell you a funny story, Mr. Bob. He says Georgia called and, gave me the offer, and I was very appreciative. And they said, well, let us talk to your father. He said, you don't want to talk to my father. I said, Tavion, I got all kinds of red and black stuff for you, and I'll hook you up. I'll even hook your daddy up. They're like, They said
ain't happening, huh?
They said that ain't happening.
Ain't happening.
He's got 22 offers now. But I tell you, he's an impressive
He's a
athlete.
junior, right?
He's just a junior.
Oh, he got a whole nother year.
But God, he looks good.
Rack of them stats.
But he's looking for a big season. So
Yeah.
I said, I didn't see you in the scrimmage on offense. He said, it's coming, don't worry. Because watching practices, he's been out there catching passes, running receiver.
Right.
So he's also a linebacker. So he's going to have a big impact this year. Matthew Fuller's going to have, it's just going to be a lot of fun. But Coach Shaw got everybody fired up. There's a good crowd on hand. There's a lot of excitement building everywhere I went Saturday. That's all they talk about is football.
Everybody's talking football.
Everybody's getting excited. So
Yes, sir. And I know it was just preseason. It was good to see the Falcons and Jaguars put on a decent performance. Even though it is preseason, you're really not – there's no litmus test there, but still it's good to have a little victory
well, you
there.
see things that make you excited. Calvin Ridley, the receiver now with the Jaguars, former Falcon receiver, just an excellent receiver, had a touchdown pass. Trevor Lawrence looked good in his little bit of work. He's put on some weight. He talked about how he's just –
he bulked up a little bit.
I think the Jaguars are in for a great year. They got their franchise quarterback.
Did
He
they
can play.
win the division or second division? Because they hosted the playoffs last year.
I thought they were on the road last year.
No, they either the first.
I thought they were.
I know they hosted one.
They got to the second round of the playoffs. And
They got to the second round of the playoffs. Okay, so the Jaguars looking good. And then I read a great article this morning on Yahoo Sports about how well the coach thought that Stetson Bennett did in his performance there with the Rams.
Yeah, that game was on NFL Network. I got the chance to watch that. He did well. Threw for 191 yards, threw for a touchdown. Like I said, made some plays that he wished he had back, which, first preseason game, but Sean McVay, they had him mic'd up during the game, and they asked him about Bennett, and he said they're high on Bennett.
Well, they liked the decision-making he was making, using his athleticism to be able to make decisions.
He made all the good throws, and like I said, he can run, so I think he's definitely going to be the backup quarterback. I think he beats out that other guy.
Okay.
So, but it was a nice performance. I'm sure a lot of people were out there watching. As I said, Francis and Vi and his dad all flew out there to see the game.
Okay.
But I think he's living large. Got a nice 4-year contract, $4 million, $606,000 signing bonus, and life is good.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a good spot.
He's in a good spot.
A lot of the Georgia Bulldogs on that roster. I didn't realize Richard LeCount, former Liberty County defensive back, and everybody knows the story. Richard LeCount he used to play against Stetson because Stetson was at Pierce County and Richard LeCount was at Liberty County. So, and when Richard LeCount got to Georgia, he was high on Stetson Bennett and told him how talented the kid was. Mm-hmm. Now they're both teammates out in LA. So
I didn't know LeCount. He was there. Huh.
I didn't realize he was out there either until I watched the game. He made a couple of good tackles.
Linebacker or something?
Defensive back.
Defensive back?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so it's good to see Stetson with, I think there's 3 or 4, and like I said, Stafford's a former, I think they got 4 or 5 Georgia Bulldogs on that roster. So
good.
Got some former teammates out there with him. So it was fun to watch. I got to see my Steelers win over Tampa Bay. Pickett to Pickens, 38-yard touchdown. First series.
You have to say that a lot this year.
I'm telling you, that's the if you got fantasy out there, you better get both of them. Score a lot of fantasy points with Pickett to Pickens. That George Pickens I'm telling you, he's a player.
He's a player.
Second-year player out of Georgia, but I'm telling you, they keep showing highlights at the camp, the catches he's making. He's putting on a show, so he's going to be a big impact player for the Steelers this year. But just remember that combination, Pickett to Pickens, because it's going to be huge this year in the NFL. If you're a fantasy player out there, I'm telling you, that's what you need to do. Draft both of them A lot of points. That's my fantasy tip of the day for all you fantasy NFL football players out there.
All right, I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring you here. We've had all kinds of technical problems. I don't know what goes on here at the radio station on the weekends, but I never know what I'm going to find when I come in Monday mornings. But a couple of technical difficulties. We just got one of them worked out, and we got another one to work out a little bit later. So, but pick it to Pickens. Yeah. You hope that's going to be you're going to say it till you can't
I'll tell you.
anymore, huh? Pick it to Pickens.
I see him winning the division, getting in the playoffs.
You do, huh?
I'm high on the Steelers this year. They look good. They got some talented players. So I'm excited.
Well, good. Glad you're excited. Yeah.
It's going to be a fun fall. The Braves in the playoffs.
Yeah, the
Georgia
Braves won
Bulldogs
3
about
out
to
of
kick
4
off.
from
Georgia going for a three-peat. Steelers are going to play well. Wayne County's got a good football. It's going to be fun.
Yep. And
Matt Olson is 43rd man. That guy's he's on fire.
He's on fire, isn't he, man?
Oh,
He's
he's
just slapping that ball out of there.
He hit 50. It's going to be close to 55 home runs before the season's over. Braves are still hitting a lot of home runs, getting their pitching back. So they stated, ESPN said they're the odds-on favorite to win a World Series. Best team in baseball. So hopefully it'll pay off. Playoffs will be here before you know it.
I know. Here we are, mid-August, getting ready for the end of, what is that last game? Usually like the 1st or 2nd of October.
Yankees are in town tonight.
Yankees, that's right. The Yankees are coming back to Atlanta, and they're not burning it down this time. I can tell you that right now.
Joe's a big Yankee. I think he's going to the game tonight.
Oh, he is?
Oh, yeah.
They're going to go watch them Yankees play?
Yeah, he's taking Brad up there. I think they're going to see the Yankees. So.
All right.
Yeah, he's a big Yankee fan.
Yeah, he's big. Yeah, well, he's up from that area, you know.
We went to that trip. We took that trip last year to the Yankee Stadium. That was fun.
Yeah, that's right. You did go to Yankee Stadium last year, didn't you?
Yeah, that was a fun trip.
That's all right.
Thanks to Arnie. Arnie hooked us up. Arnie Rabinowitz.
Okay, way to go, Arnie. Was that Tape It?
Yeah, that's the Tape It
guy. The Tape It guy.
Yeah, he's got season tickets to the Yankees and hooked us up. So, but he knows everybody in New York. We walked in there and the guy says, "Where'd you get these tickets?" He said, "From Arnie." He said, "Well, you need to stand over there." And he went back in this room. We thought, are we going to get arrested? What's
Arnie doing?
What's Arnie doing? Well, there are 15, 20 minutes. They came out there with these things. They put this around your neck. You can go anywhere in the stadium. In fact, you don't need to go to that restaurant. They got steak and lobster up there. So we went and ate steak and lobster. And then we went down and we sat in these box seats and had people waiting on us hand and foot. You know, what do you want? Can I get you a milkshake? Can I get you ice cream? Can I get you this? And they just,
just serving you left and right.
I said, Arnie's the man. Arnie is the man.
Arnie is loved at Yankee Stadium, huh?
He's loved in New York. They know him. They know him well. He knows everybody. We got to get him. He needs to be ready. He's met everybody.
We've had him one time on here when they first.
We need to get him
just to talk about
he knows
experiences.
Well, he knows everybody. He's met just about everybody you can think of. You know, anybody famous, Arnie's met. He's got a story about everybody.
He's got a story about everybody.
So I told him we need to get him in here on the Butch and Bob show and just tell stories.
Yeah, that's what we need to do, Bob. Line it up. You're buzzed with Arnie.
Well, he's always traveling. He's either going to New York or going to Vegas or Los Angeles. The guy travels a lot. But he did play golf Saturday. Got to see him. But
okay, good.
But I remember that when I said that was interesting. Like I said, they're kind of scary at the beginning when they said stand over there.
I'm sure it was.
We were like, what did we do? We're waiting 10 minutes.
You just had to say Arnie. You didn't even say a last name, did you? You said we just said Arnie.
No, we told him. But I looked at David Earl and said, "Are we going to get arrested? Why are we standing over here for 10 minutes?" But it was worth the wait.
That's right. They were getting the good stuff for you.
Yeah, getting the good stuff. Arnie hooked us up, so that was a memorable trip. Had a good time.
Okay. Well, the Yankees in town for the next 3 nights there in Atlanta, interleague play. And you can listen to the games right here on 105.5 FM each evening or each late afternoon starting at 6:05. There's the leadoff show. First pitch each evening is at 7:20. The Braves baseball, Yankees are in town.
I bet that place is going to be packed.
I bet it will be.
I'm probably there's sellout crowds.
Who are some of the top Yankee players this year? Do you know off bat? I don't.
Aaron Judge.
Yeah, Aaron Judge, the home run guy. So
that's the guy.
The Judge. That'll be home run derby there with our guys and
Judge.
Worth
watching Aaron Judge play. Okay. Great player. That's about all I know.
That's all I mean. I don't really know. One time you used to know a lot of the different Yankee players, but don't know them now. So, but ought to be a good series.
They're not doing too well.
Oh, they're not?
They don't look like they're going to make the playoffs.
Oh, well, it just breaks my heart.
They're talking about fire. The manager's on the hot seat. He's gone.
He's out of there, huh?
They wonder why the GM ain't there. And they keep saying the GM's going to survive Cashman, but they said he should go too. So, be interested what they do. Old George Steinbrenner's not there no more, is there?
No, old George is not
It's
there.
just not as entertaining as it was back when George
Steinbrenner.
George kept it going with him and Billy Martin.
Well, George Costanza and George Steinbrenner on the comedy show Seinfeld was hilarious.
Right.
Absolutely hilarious when they interacted with each other. George Costanza and George Steinbrenner. It was some of the best comedy on that show. I mean, there was a lot of great comedy on that show, but when those two together, it was amazing.
Steinbrenner and Billy Martin, they do that documentary in New York, and man, they fired him like 5 times.
At least.
The funniest time was they fired him during the middle of the season, and then they had old timers game, and they brought all the old timers back, Mickey Mantle and Yogi Berra. And they announced Billy Martin, and Billy Martin comes out there, and the place went crazy and announced that Billy Martin would be the coach next year. They said Reggie Jackson was going, he was fuming in the dugout, like, what is this? We just fired him. What do you mean he's back? And then they did that commercial. They did that, where they argued about the Miller Lite. I mean, that was a crazy time back in the day in New York, Steinbrenner and Billy Martin. Billy, like I said, I think he fired him 5 times.
Wow.
Brought him back 5 times. So
that is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
But they don't have that. It's not as exciting now without Steinbrenner. I think his son still owns the team.
I think so too.
But I don't think it's as.
No, he's not his dad. He's just a different personality.
But the word is that the manager for the Yankees is going to get fired at the end of the season because it doesn't look like they're going to make the playoffs.
Okay.
They could make a wild card, but that's the big story in New York. Will they or will they not make the playoffs? But most people are betting they're not going to make it because they're not playing very good baseball.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting how they do tonight against the Braves. These 3 games.
Who's leading that division is the Rays.
Baltimore Orioles.
Okay.
And Baltimore's got a 3-game lead over the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
Okay. And where does the Red Sox and all that?
They're fighting for a wild card,
They're fighting for a wild card, too.
Yeah. Boston, New York.
So the Orioles are up there. Hadn't heard them up there on top for a while.
Yeah. They're in first place. Got a good team.
Okay.
Dodgers are still pretty good. So
Well, Dodgers are the hottest team right now. They've been,
should be a fun, playoff. That's the scary thing. When you get in the playoffs, you're going to have to most likely play them Dodgers. So Freddie Freeman, he's pretty good. Mookie Betts pretty good. So Kershaw's pitching well. So it'll be interesting. Be a good series. But it'll be here for you. Like I said, by the 1st of September, the Braves will start looking at the magic number. I mean, they got a 11-game lead. So they should have that thing clinched by middle of September.
Hope so.
That'll be good.
Well, you went to the Touch a Truck this weekend?
Yeah, I did.
How did that go?
It was good. The only thing is I felt sorry for those poor people in them costumes.
That's the heat.
I was like, those poor people.
Those poor people.
I said, I hope those things are air conditioned inside. I don't think they were. They had a great crowd down there. It was nice. I mean, I thought it was a big hit.
Big hit.
Kids enjoyed it. So, I mean, they gave away.
And it was more than just the trucks. It was all those characters and food and giveaways.
Yeah,
and
there was
stuff.
a lot of people down there giving away a lot of stuff. So, I mean, it was, like Heather said there, that in the future they're hoping to, get it more organized with the school and, everybody just have one big event, back to school event. So,
right.
But it was a good crowd. Enjoyed it. That's why I got to see Chris Hamilton. Like I said, they just named Chris Hamilton the full-time police chief over the weekend. So,
they did? I thought you said that in local news, but I was busy with all this technical stuff.
They didn't send out a press release or anything. Apparently they put it on Facebook, but I found out about it, and I saw Chris downtown and got to interview with him. So congratulations to him. But you think they'd send out a press release?
You think that the local press would be sending a press release?
You would think.
You would think. I mean,
But
Us in
apparently
the newspaper should have been sent press releases on what's going on with the
She
city.
didn't send out any press release at all. She just put it on Facebook. So
Put it to that California company on Facebook, huh?
Whatever. Face crack.
We're going to send it to California first before we send it to our local media.
Just sad. Just sad stuff. But it is what it is.
It is what it is, what it is.
But congrats to Chris Hamilton. Like I said, has been interim for the last couple of weeks, but named full-time police chief over the weekend. The craziest over the weekend is all these arrests.
Yeah, there was. I heard about
fireman,
that.
law enforcement officer. I mean, what's going on? That's crazy.
I don't know.
Georgia Network News had the story about the fireman.
Yeah, he did. They had it on this morning.
Yeah, so crazy stuff going on. But that was the big news over the weekend. Both the fireman and law enforcement officer are arrested in jail. The law enforcement officers over in the Pierce County Jail. So get more on that because that investigation's ongoing. These investigations continue, so we'll continue to follow it as it develops. So, but appreciate the Sheriff mostly getting us that information over the weekend.
Okay. Yep. Thank you very much, Sheriff. Send it to the local media. Didn't send it out to California to Facebook, do they?
I think I got a better relationship with the sheriff than I do the city manager.
Well, there's a difference between relationships and doing the right thing. You know, you're not always going to like the people that you deal with, but you always do the correct thing. You do the right thing. Right. No matter what you may personally feel about someone, you do the right thing.
I would have thought the city would have sent out a press release saying we're naming Chris Hamilton full-time.
Yeah, they always have in the past.
No such luck.
Well, Bob, you're just going to have to be nicer to people, huh?
I'm nice to everybody. I'm just a nice guy.
Just a nice guy, yeah.
Everybody's got a job to do.
Yeah. But, yep. Chris Hamilton, congratulations to Chris, the new police chief of the city of Jesup.
I tried to get him to come in today, but he said he was busy today, but hopefully we'll get him in, sometime this week. So see what his schedule is. But I said, congrats to him. I think he'll do a good job. Yeah.
Good guy.
Good guy.
Yeah, good guy. So what else is going on, Bob?
A lot of meetings.
Meetings? What kind of meetings we got going on?
The school board has those 2 public hearings tomorrow. They got 3 public hearings on that tax increase. They start tomorrow. One's at 8 o'clock in the morning. One's at 6 o'clock. So those are the first 2 of the 3. The third is on August 22nd at 5:30 p.m. Again, these are public hearings. People can come, comment, ask questions. So they're required to have 3 public meetings on the proposed tax increase. First 2 tomorrow, 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. both at the Tech Center. And the county commissioners have meetings this Wednesday at 1 o'clock at the William Azorn Airport in reference to Elmer Road. And after that, they're having a budget work session up till 5. Then they get a budget work session on Wednesday from 8:30 to whenever at the William Azorn Airport. So,
okay.
And plus the city meets tomorrow night. City of Jesup agenda's out. Their South Palm Street subdivision preliminaries back on the agenda. Remember they had that big controversy where they had a 3-2 vote and nothing happened. So that's back on the agenda. They got approval to purchase a new boom truck for the wastewater treatment plant, and they're going to set their property tax millage rate at 4.749. Then on new business resolution to support the protection of Okefenokee Swamp, Piggy Riggins on hand for that. Got a discussion of alcohol license application of Mahogany Moon Catering and Event Center. Discussion request from Wayne County to rent Cracker Williams Park Annex Building for early voting, and also discussion to repair pump number 3, the wastewater treatment plant supervisor Patrick Martin. Review of the financial statement for July of 2023 and an appointment to the grievance committee. Mayor Ralph Hickox has that on the agenda. So all that's tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. So city's got meetings tomorrow, school board's meeting tomorrow, and county's meeting Wednesday. So a lot of meetings this week.
Gonna be a busy man.
Yeah.
Busy man. All right, Bob, we're about out of time here.
Most important thing, Friday night football.
Friday night football. All right, Bob. Have a great day. Stay cool now. We're under extreme heat advisory today. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, brought to you by First Southern Bank, Van's Barbecue, Murphy Builder Supply, and O'Quinn and Associates.